Welcome to New Glasgow, a place where the community's heartbeat is palpable every Saturday morning. Today, we're taking you inside the bustling New Glasgow Farmers Market, a vibrant gathering spot for locals and a beacon for those who champion the support local movement. Among the fresh produce and artisan crafts, there's a stall that captures the essence of creativity and entrepreneurial spirit, La Soap. This isn't just any soap vendor. It's a story of passion, agility, and the sweet smell of success. Join us as we unfold the journey of a former speech-language pathologist turned soap artisan whose life took an unexpected turn towards crafting happiness, one bubbly bar at a time. So tighten your shoelaces for an agility course of a different kind. We are navigating the delightful world of La Soap, where every scent tells a story and every product is a labor of love.
I was actually a speech-language pathologist working in the school system for 16 years. And for about over 2/3 of that, I was the autism specialist in the Pictou County schools. So got a dog, border collie, drove me crazy, needed to do some things, did some obedience. Turned out he was like super smart. Someone suggested this thing called agility. And then it's like obstacles that they have to do, but it's a team thing. So fast forward to, my God, he's really good. Qualified for, went to nationals, qualified for like a Team Canada. And it was like, I remember where I was sitting on my bed. It was Christmas time. I found a website. This girl made soap. And I'm like, this is cool. And then it just went sideways from there. So to kind of help supplement us traveling around, because we went around the world. The beautiful thing about the market is like people would hear about us traveling and then they'd want to support because they knew. So he was kind of a big, dog, soap, what? And he started it all, my Bobo. It's amazing. I definitely wasn't there at the very beginnings, but we had the dome that we are trying to replace, and we still have, and it was seasonal. So it was just kind of like, oh, we're there for so long, and then you get this hiatus because we just didn't have the capacity and the heat, and then it'd be like, okay, and it'd start again in the spring, and so small, still awesome, and then when we got the newer building that we have now, then it was like, wow, right, more capacity, it's kind of evolved into this small little seasonal gig to. We're open the whole, and still people don't know. Some people don't know. Are you all year round? Yeah, sure. We downsize, but hoping to change that. So. Okay, so La Soap. So my last name is LeBlanc. So originally from Cape Breton and Acadian. So kind of put the. Then I put Le in front of everything. So Le monkey farts, which is a fragrance, for real. What do I make? I make soaps and bath bombs and lip balms and, you name it. And a lot of people will be like, do you make all this? And, or people that just come in and visit and I'm like, I make everything you see on this table. And, you see the display and people go, wow, yeah, I know. Sleep is overrated. It's fine. Yeah. The house always smells good. And then my poor neighbor vendor, I'm like, he hears the same jokes all the time, but I'm like, this house smells good. Not necessarily clean, but it smells amazing. So my neighbors use me as walking potpourri. So I've been in restaurants where waitresses have followed me going, I knew you were here because I smelled you. And I'm like, you need to explain yourself. You can't say that and not explain. It's just not good for business. So yeah, it's an ongoing joke. Ideas and designs are mostly, sometimes it's just stuff that I kind of come up with. I bought recipes and I follow a lot of things online. And then sometimes it's what I have pictured in my head is not exactly how it goes to plan. And then you go, well, impasse, right? Like it's not bad. And yeah, sometimes there's epic fails. There's fragrances that are catchy because kids love them, like unicorn poop and monkey farts. And I'm like, for real, look at I'll show you the jar, right? Like it's actually called that. Or sometimes I'll come up with my own I have one called Moose Toots, and oh, you see the kids, a lot of adults giggling too, let's be honest. But yeah, it's a work in progress. The evolution of Le Soap. So yeah, I would do things in my kitchen, and then heaven forbid if anybody come in the kitchen, and I'd be like, do not touch anything, like separating, like when I shut it down and called it a soap kitchen, you can't have a coffee mug or something. It's just keep things clean and sanitary and yeah. And then God love my friends that kept coming to visit, where I'd go, sorry, and what do you mean there's 4 baker's racks in my dining room? That's not normal. And Christmas tree, that's funny because there's no room for anything. And finally had one last year, so it was fine. The neighbors staged an intervention, and yeah. And then with wanting to expand, we kind of had to shift gears, and life had different plans, but luckily with amazing support from my family and neighbors and friends, and then I came up with like a vision of how this could be. I call it the soap dungeon, and I say that with love, but I spend more time down here than I do anywhere in the house. But now I have a fully functioning workspace, and then I can go upstairs, close the door, and I'm not saying there's nothing up there that has anything to do with Le Soap, but a lot less. And everybody that's come here that's seen the progression, they're like, how did you do this upstairs? Like, how are you? And I'm like, well, it was a lot more work, but I think it's way more productive and more functional. So I'm actually doing more down here because I can. Yeah, more streamlined and different areas. And yeah, that's my soap dungeon, my basement. So. So I have awesome customers that will do porch pickups here, and then God love my parents who bring things to Cape Breton all the time. But yesterday we just launched a website, and with a little help from Christy, our market manager, and yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking because it took a while to develop, and there's a lot of products on there. So I think, yeah, so it's just releasing it. It was one thing where it's the market, it's comfortable for me, and I have an amazing regular customer base that, most of us are on a first name basis, but to put it out into the interweb world, it was like, hit submit, and then the feedback's been nothing but amazing. The market community has been just amazing in terms of my transformation as a vendor or fellow vendors, and you get to see the support local, like people. You can say that, but people have to do it too. But you see it. You see people that are supporting our farmers and our artisans, and you got to remember too, your fellow vendor can be a fellow customer and vice versa. So it's amazing that someone that might sell something similar, but we're comparing products, or oh my God, I keep talking up your lip balm, and now I've created a monster. Yeah, you have. But just to see that even through a pandemic, or with the economy, and they're coming in Saturdays, and so it's amazing that you see their kids and families and people. It's just, it works.
Yeah,
it's pretty special. It's finding that work-life balance, because you don't have your work hours. But if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. And then sometimes I have to be like, okay, you're gonna get this stuff done, but go for a walk, or life continues. And but you just, and the cost of supplies, getting things in, like it was challenging, increased price of everything. It's just been availability of things, and just a lot of overhead. Like, yeah, I'll buy things in bulk, but you're pumping a lot of money versus spending a little at a time. and packaging and making it look good. And, you can slap it on a table, but it doesn't really mean it. But, and as much as how people are like, well, don't judge the book by its cover, but if the book looks pretty good, it's going to get you to the table. And in time, it's just a lot. When I talk to customers and they don't realize that, like the painted bath bombs, for example, are measured on Sunday, made on Monday, have to dry, painted on Thursday, packaged on Friday. And I make everything, like every single thing from the making with a little bit of packaging help from my little elves when they come once a week or something. But it's, so when someone goes, would you make? And I go, probably not. If I get 10 people that ask me, maybe, or if there's a trend, but I have a good selection. I'm happy with the selection that I've got. Plus, I'm running out of space at the market anyway, so. We're over capacity. We've got waiting lists of vendors. You want the variety. You want to draw the people in. You want creative things to do with the buildings. So, the market's happening on Saturday, but what could be happening in between the scenes? And how do we maximize that? So, like with our dome, it's hanging on. But to invest in another heated building, because I've been there, done the time in there too. And people they come braced for the colder temperatures or whatever, but, you got to invest in your community.
As we wrap up our visit at the farmers market, it's clear that Le Soap is more than just a vendor. It's a testament to the community's support and the sheer tenacity of one individual's dream to make life a little more fragrant. From Agility Fields to the Soap Dungeon, we've seen the evolution of a brand that embodies the power of transformation and the enduring spirit of Pictou County's own. So whether you're a local or just passing through, remember to support the artisans like Le Soap who pour their hearts into their crafts. And for those who've been enchanted by the scents of monkey farts or captivated by the tales of Beau the Border Collie, the journey doesn't end here. With a new website and endless creativity, Le Soap is ready to lather up the world one porch pickup, one market day, one laughter-filled transaction at a time. Thank you for joining us. And remember, the best stories often come with a clean, aromatic twist. If you've enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories of determination, growth, and the pursuit of dreams.